Lasagna must be everybody's favorite dish, but it doesn't have to be heavy, it doesn't have to be greasy, it doesn't have to be meaty. You can make the most wonderful, wonderful lasagna out of vegetables. Today we're going to use aubergines, or alternatively, instead of aubergine, you can use butternut. It's quite important if you're going to make a lasagna to make sure that you use the right number of lasagna sheets. Now for this dish, I need 3 sheets per layer. We need 4 layers of pasta, so 3 times 4 is 12 sheets. They sit in this water for roughly a minute, then you pack them out. The reason why we wet the lasagna sheets first is so that it shortens the cooking time, because now they will already be hydrated and soft. Now at the moment we've got a glut of aubergines in the garden, and it's an excellent idea to prepare aubergines the way I'm going to show you now, and then you can freeze them or you can use them straight away. Now the test for a fresh aubergine is to feel these hard little thorns. If they're really vicious and they stick into you, then you know this aubergine is seriously fresh. All we're doing is to top and tail the aubergine. Aubergines, by the way, are exceptionally good for your heart. Now we've lined a baking sheet with baking paper. Just drizzle a bit of olive oil over the paper, and then you pack the aubergine onto the paper. We're going to use the seasoned sea salt and just lightly season the one side of the aubergine only. Then we drizzle fairly generously with olive oil. Now this will go into the oven to be roasted. In order to make this quick and delicious cheese sauce, we pour the milk into a saucepan. Then while the milk is warming, we mix the white sauce powder with a little bit of water, and then we can add that to there, finish it off with a gloss of butter, and then lastly add the cheese. Now let's start with the assembly of the lasagna. We use roughly a quarter of the white sauce. Just make a rough guess. It's really just to form a little bit of a layer at the bottom. Then place your softened lasagna sheets on there. We're going to use this lovely roast pepper pasta sauce. Spread that over. Now we're going to use some smooth plain cottage cheese, and you just blob it here and there. And now our aubergines, which have been roasted to perfection. Right. Now we just repeat the process. And now we start all over again as we've done before. Now we're ready for the final layer of pasta, and the rest of the white sauce gets poured over, and then on top of that white sauce, to give you that lovely bubbly brown topping, we've got some fresh breadcrumbs, and we're going to mix it with some grated pecorino or whatever you have in the house, and just to moisturize it a bit and give us better browning, you put a bit of olive oil in there and just mix that cheese, breadcrumb and olive oil. Obviously, you can, for a smaller family, you can make this into 2 smaller dishes But this whole thing, or 2 smaller dishes, freezes brilliantly. So you've done all this work, one is in the freezer, or a whole big one is in the freezer, and you can just take it out and put it in the oven, and that's it. This will also stand unbaked in the fridge if you wanted to do it the day before, and then just before you need to serve it, you can bake it. Wow, that looks like real homemade food. And believe me, this is food for the heart in every way possible.